The Wellness Show, Episode 63.
Welcome to The Wellness Show, a podcast on health and wealth. I'm your host, Tyson Bannigan, the founder of the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. Join me as we get the latest insight, tips, and strategies from wellness providers, coaches, and successful, heart-centered entrepreneurs, and much, much more. So welcome to The Wellness Show, and I'm very excited today to have Lisa on the show. And Lisa, tell us a bit about who you are and what your passion is.
Sure. So my name's Lisa Meisels, and I am the founder of Femanna. I coach and I speak and I write, and I'm also a registered dietitian nutritionist. And my passion really is to help women, everybody, really. I mean, I work mainly with women, but my passion is to help people have a high quality of life. So many of us are going through life just kind of like zombies, and my mission is to help people feel fulfilled, help people have feel good enough in their body that they can enjoy life experiences, the kind of life experiences that they want to enjoy.
Great. So are you doing this mostly through nutrition? Are you doing things like exercise? Do you have a whole sort of schedule of different things to do? How do you approach this?
Yeah, so mainly my approach is it's three-pronged, and it starts with the body. So it starts with the physical body. It starts with getting rid of the discomforts, which are really distracting to people. It starts with really getting people to feel good about their energy level. And so I use a nutrition protocol approach. It's called LEAP therapy. And this helps to eliminate joint pain and headaches and digestive issues and those things that keep us distracted from really enjoying life. And then I work with kind of untangling emotional blocks, things that came from belief systems, from things that we were told or were handed down to us that no longer serve us. And so really beginning to create your own reality, untangling those emotions, and learning to trust yourself. And the third, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Of entanglement. I mean, we do get ourselves tangled in a knot, get our shirts in a knot. Mm-hmm. That's an expression. So how to undo the knots and that are obviously get into our body, and how to deal with our emotions. That sounds really quite helpful. So and from your background, how many people do you, or what percentage may you think there is that people that are really not comfortable in their body, or they're not really receiving all the energy that they're potentially can have? Understand where I'm coming from? I think this is a pretty common problem, isn't it?
It's very common, and I mean, I think even if we know about it, we can struggle with it at some points during our life. So it's always a journey. It's a process of becoming, who you want to become, and being able to choose your life choices. So yeah, it affects probably every single person in the world at some point or another. And the statistics are like 23 million Americans and even more worldwide of people that are suffering from exhaustion and pre-autoimmune disease. Wow. So that's a lot of people that are suffering from, and it's just rapidly increasing. And it's because of the way that, we've been living.
So is it mostly diet, are you finding, or is a lot of it, emotional as well?
Yeah, I really, I believe that true healing comes from feeling totally aligned, being totally aligned with your body, your heart or your emotions, and your higher source or your spiritual essence. And so when you're able to fully align all those, then you can become, healed. Then you become well.
Yeah.
And it's so, but it starts with the physical body, because if you don't start there, you're totally distracted and you keep going back to the physical symptoms that you're feeling.
Right. So would you start
Mhm.
with a client then doing some sort of nutritional assessment and looking at their diet, or where do you begin?
Yeah, that's where I began. I began working with a blood test. It's
Mhm.
called a mediator release test. And this really helps the protocol helps to decrease inflammation. It helps to heal the immune system. And so really what it's doing though, is it's helping my clients get very, very in sync with themselves and in tune with every little thing. So I like to do this process with the nutrition part first, because it helps people really start to tune into themselves. And that's a lot of what's going on in our world, is that we're so overstimulated. We're so distracted. There's so, we always have to be on, that it's really hard to come back and feel balanced. And so that just causes all kinds of things.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
really, in a bit of a nutshell, you're helping people feel comfortable in their body, and in some cases even rediscover that they do have a body and that they've been operating on automatic pilot, and now it's a time to wake up and realize that the pains and aches and what's going on in their life has physiological basis, and that you're going to help them understand what some of those are, so that you can help them take back their personal energy and be more at home. I like that.
Yeah, and thank you. The thing is as they progress through the protocol and start to become really in tune with themselves, they start to be able to be more aware of their emotions and how they react and what their triggers are. And then, then they become more in tune with their intuition, or their gut feeling, or those little hairs that stand up. And so it's all a part of the journey. It's all a part of total healing, total alignment, full transformation.
I like that. I like that full body awareness, being home in your body. And then, once you understand your body and some of the ways that you can get past some of the symptoms, then you're taking people on a deeper dive to do some of the emotional trauma and unlock some of that. So what sort of techniques do you use to do that deeper work?
I've developed over the last probably 6 years, I have developed some exercises that I use to help people really get in touch with themselves, to get in tune with their beliefs and their thoughts. And so we do a lot of creative work, a lot of personal discovery. I have my clients journal, because I think that's really an important process. But I like to have the play in it. I like it to be fun. I like it to be, light and not so intense, because people don't want to be intense. There's enough intenseness in the world already. And so it's a lot of play. It's a lot of rediscovery.
I like that. If anything, we've forgotten how to play. So that childlike innocence, learning how to dance, how to play, music, whatever it takes to loosen up. Like you say, most of us are really stress bound. We're just so uptight that unwinding the wound clock is
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And stress is, the number one killer. It affects it affects our body, it affects our thoughts, it affects our energy level, it affects so many things. And it's just with our life the way it is, and with the technology, and you're always having to go. A lot of people don't take the time to relax and breathe and
Yes.
and really quiet their mind, which is really important.
So what's one of your favorite techniques? Can you share one of your favorite techniques right here? Because you talked about quieting your mind and stilling your mind. I think that's really, really so important. So do you have a favorite technique to help you still your own mind that you could share?
Yeah, Sure, I do. This was taught to me by my mentor, and I've adopted it because I really like it. It works so well for people um, whose mind's always spinning, and it's hard, to say, okay, just quiet your mind. So if you close your eyes and imagine that there is just one little part in your mind that's quiet. And so if you can just kind of find out where that one little part is, that seems, and it's just an imaginative thing, so it doesn't have to be right or wrong, but just kind of imagine where that part is in you that might be the most quiet part in your mind. And once you find that, you can kind of see what color it is, if it has a color, and just imagine if that just expands and keeps expanding until it reaches all corners of your mind. So it's just expanding like a balloon until it reaches the edges, until the quiet is completely there all through your mind. And you just stay with that. And to me, that's a really good way, because if you associate a color with it, you have something to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that really helps people that aren't able to quiet.
I like
or just
that.
if you say focus, yeah.
It certainly worked for me. I like the idea of taking a point wherever it is and then expanding it out so it becomes all of you, all of your beingness. So how do you work with clients? Do you work with them do they come to your place, or do you do it on Skype, or how do you work with your clients?
I like to do Skype. Some of my clients I do phone sessions with, but they're all virtual.
Uh-huh.
And I found that virtual works really well because people can be in their pajamas, and we can make, odd hours work for everybody. And my clients like it. They like to be able to just, hop on the phone or hop on Skype and not have to prepare, not have to drive, not have to, and I live out in the middle of nowhere, so it works well for me as well.
That's great. So do you do just individual sessions, or do you do group sessions?
I have been doing individual sessions on virtually. I have experience working with groups, and I love to work with groups. I think there's a different energy about groups. There's kind of a synergy, and people,
Yes.
support. And so I'm actually going to be launching a program called the Vibrant Energy Breakthrough program, and that's going to be starting in late October, early November.
Great. That sounds pretty exciting. And is it open to both males and females?
I'm really marketing to females,
Yeah.
to women. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm a woman, and I know that women have a hard time taking care of themselves.
Right.
Women have a hard time putting themselves first. And in order to really do the work, you have to commit to putting yourself first. I love men. I have nothing against men, and I do work with men. It's just that this group program is going to be mostly marketed to female entrepreneurs.
Great. So is it an exclusive group, or is it open to lots of people? How are you organizing it?
Yeah, it's open to, it's going to be marketed through my gifts that I'm giving. I'm really proud of this one gift that I have. It's a what's your energy leak type quiz.
Neat.
Yeah, and it goes through the different kinds of energy leaks that we have that are really taxing on our body, on our mind, on our heart, and on our soul. So that's a really fun one. I'll have some videos. So anybody that's interested in anybody that's exhausted and interested in having more energy so that they can really be present with their clients and engage in networking activities and really get out of the house, have the energy to do those kind of things that they don't have right now, this would be appropriate for.
So you're really building a tribe of like-minded people that can help each other.
Yes, absolutely. And next spring, we're doing a live retreat here in Yosemite that I'm really excited about.
Wow, what a great place to do a retreat. Lucky people for coming there. So do you have a center in mind?
I do. My friend has a zip line and adventure ranch.
Wow,
and so we're going
perfect.
to be, it's an adventure, but it's a spiritual immersion. And my philosophy is that when you're in that energy of being adventurous, your mind is open, and that's a perfect time for you to be open to receiving spiritual messages and intuition and expanding your intuition. So we're going to be doing a lot of really fun things, a lot of medicine walks and journaling and legends taught by the local Indians, and and the adventure stuff like zip lining and ropes courses and team building. So it's going to be great. I'm really excited.
And how long is it going to be?
It's going to be either 2 or 3 days. I haven't determined yet, but definitely over the weekend.
Sounds great.
Maybe a Friday. Thanks.
So I have a very important question to ask you. Who's your assistant back there with a long tail?
Yes, that is my little kitty. That's actually my son's kitten. It's her name is Piggy, and she's probably 13 years old. So she's a very sweet kitty.
Yeah, she looks like she's very, very comfortable where she is, and definitely keeping tabs on you and your energy, checking your energy field out.
Checking my energy, yeah. She hangs out with me in here. My son's gone. He's moved away from home, so we're left with the pets.
So you get to get the kitty. So do you have a website?
I do. My website is called Femanna.com. It's Femanna. So that's my website and my business, the name of my business.
And do you have people phone you, or how do they get hold of you?
Yeah, there's an application page on the contact page. So people can just put their information in and email me and put their phone number in, and we can set up a time through my scheduler to talk. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of.
Great. So what's the last thing that you'd like to leave people with? A hot tip.
A hot tip. Well, I liked your tip earlier that we don't play enough, and that's so very important. I love for my clients to set aside time for themselves. I was telling you that it's, I work mainly with women and they don't do that. So one thing that I always have them do is create a sign that for their door that they can put on their door or wherever their place is. So they can spend 15 minutes by themselves doing something that they love to do every day. And what that does is it creates the energy of joy. And the more you do that, the more you're in that energy of joy, the more you're creating and loving life, the more that spreads to all throughout your life. And a lot of women tell me that, well, I can't do that because I have to take care of my family. And I tell them that your family will love you for doing this for yourself, because you'll be calmer. They'll be calmer. They'll be more joyful. They'll be replenished and ready to nurture.
Well,
and that's the part that they're.
Well, I thank you for bringing joy into people's lives, making people happier and helping them show up and love their physical body. And thank you for being on the show. It was a great pleasure interviewing you today, and all the best of luck. And when you're ready and closer to that program, let's jump back on and let everybody know about it, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right. Bye for now.
Okay, bye-bye.
For quality online wellness products, courses, and services, visit our sponsors, thewellnessstore.ca and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy located at thewellnessacademy.ca. To stay in touch, visit us at thewellnessshow.ca. And until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.